Hi, my name is Goldman. I'm the director and founder of Goldman & Associates. Our firm has a primary focus on family law issues here in Michigan. And today we're continuing our video series designed to educate and inform the public, so please subscribe to our channel. Today I want to talk a little bit about the process. You know, we do a lot of informational videos about technical things within a custody case or technical things within a divorce. I want to talk a little more broadly about the divorce process in Michigan. In other words, what can somebody who's about to be involved in this process expect in the way of how things are going to go? What is the roadmap, so to speak, of what lies ahead in a divorce? Well, you have to understand a couple things. Number one, your divorce is going to start by virtue of the filing of a complaint for divorce in the county where either you or your soon-to-be ex reside. You got to live in the county for at least 10 days before you file in that county, and in the state of Michigan at least 180 days. So that means if, let's say, you were living in Oakland County and you get separated and you move to Detroit. You're living in Detroit, which is Wayne County. She's living in Oakland, which is obviously a different part of our state, different county. You can file in Wayne so long as you've been there for at least 10 days. She can file in Oakland as long as she's been living there for 10 days or more. So therefore, really both those jurisdictions would be acceptable in terms of where you file. So wherever you file, what will next happen is the court clerk is going to take your filing and randomly assign your case to a family court judge within that county. Now, there's no real way to choose your judge. There's no legal way to forum shop in that circumstance. You just file it and you get who you get. Now, what ends up happening is once it goes to that judge will issue a summons. A summons is essentially an order of the court to take action. And that summons will be appended to the papers of divorce, the complaint for divorce, sent back to the law firm, and the law firm will then have the complaint that they drafted and the summons that the court entered, and those will be attached together and served upon the other side. Now, by service, I mean, we got to get the papers to the other side somehow. It could be by a court officer, it could be by use of a bailiff, it could be some process server, it could be certified mail, but in some way, some legal how, we got to get those papers to the other side. Now, you may be on the receiving end of this whole process. That is to say, the other side may have done the filing, and now you've got the papers. Either way, from this point forward, what do we expect? Well, here's how it goes. The court establishes a life cycle of events that take place, sort of a schedule of things that are going to go on during the lifespan of the case, which will dictate how the case goes. So the court, for example, might set up a preliminary status conference or a scheduling conference where the court will have the parties in physically or virtually, or the attorneys thereof, and say, okay, here's this case. It's a brand new case. It's January now. We hope that the case is going to end by July. And between January and July, these are the things we want accomplished, and these are the things by when we want them accomplished. The court may say, if you have motions to file, I want you to file them by such and such date. If you have witness lists that have to be exchanged, I want them exchanged by this date. If there are asset disclosures to be had, plaintiff to defendant, defendant to plaintiff, I want it done by this date. The court may order the case into mediation. Mediation shall be accomplished by such and such date. So the court will set up the schedule of events. That's one thing you're going to get in the process. Another thing you're going to get is the court will routinely entertain motions or requests by either side on a given day during the week, depending on what county you're in. So, for example, if you're in Macomb County, motioning in Macomb County is Monday. If you're in Wayne County, it's Friday. Oakland County is Wednesday. So the court will set aside time during the week to handle the motions that people have about various things that pertain to the case. Might be motion to freeze assets, might be motion to compel discovery, those kind of things. Once the court resolves the motion, the court brings everybody back for what they call a settlement conference. So once the court finishes with all your requests and everything is done, the court, according to the schedule, will say, okay, come back here. Now at the settlement conference, the court's going to say, okay, you guys came back, that's great. Now, where do we stand? And the parties may say, well, we've resolved custody, parenting time, and support, but we're still fighting over the property or something like that. The court will establish what you're still fighting about, and at that time, the court can give you another settlement conference date, tell you to come back. The court could send you to mediation. The court might schedule you for trial. These are the things that go on. And then, whatever events those are, the court makes every effort to honor that schedule. If the parties absolutely cannot figure things out, cannot agree after all attempts to do so, well, then the court sets you for trial and the judge makes a decision. If you have any questions about your case, let us know and we'll be glad to try and help you out.